Have you ever had one of those moments where you pick up your favourite mod, you get your favourite juice, and then you reach for your batteries, and as you open them, you realise that you probably should have maintained those battery wraps a little bit better. Maybe it's not even your fault. Maybe it's your wife's, your partner's, a friend's, who knows? But battery safety is important, and that's something we're going to look at today. I have two VTC 5As here that are damaged from use, and I also caught the side of one when I was putting it inside the mod, as you can see there, which is, it can be quite dangerous, but it was accidental and it just needs a bit of attention. So the equipment you're going to need, or you should need really, is the batteries, the scissors, ceramic tweezers, the wraps, some insulators, and a hairdryer or a blowtorch. So the first thing you need to do, and I use the ceramic tweezers for this, is just to remove the outer casing. I don't use the ceramic tweezers the whole time, I just use them to get a corner and then use my fingers just to pull it off. I try and keep hold of the insulator, but if you lose it, you lose it, just put a new one on. But this one is damaged, as you can see, it's got a tear in it, so it's no good. So I'm going to put a new one on. Before I do though, what I'll do is I'm just going to wipe it off, make sure there's no sweat from the battery where it's been heating up and cooling down. A bit of condensation forms, or any juice has leaked into the battery sleeve, which can happen. And I might as well just remove the other wrap from the second battery. Might as well do two at once. What I try and do is I try and do all my batteries in one day if I can help it, so I'm not getting everything out on different days. And here you go, you can see it comes off quite easily once you've got a corner. If I can save the insulator and reuse it, I will. Yeah, this one's fine, no damages, no holes. Yeah, I can use that. So just give the battery a wipe off just to remove any condensation, any marks, and as you can see, authentic batteries. You can also check them at this time to make sure you've got authentic batteries. But I know mine are fine, they came from Fogstar. Make sure there's no hot spots or arcing issues on the battery, no black marks. And what you should do is put them back in the case on their own. You don't want them touching each other or rolling around. Now with the wraps, what I do is, with the ODB ones especially, is I just give them a roll just to try and take the crease out of the side, and then I apply the sticky insulator to the top, and you want it as flush and even as possible, as you can see, and just push it over before you press it down. There we go. And then what you can do is insert it in, and you need to leave an even amount on top to an even amount on the bottom, normally about 2 or 3 mil, no more. Then you get the hairdryer, and I always start at the top, personal preference, give it a good heat up, get it going, and then I switch to the bottom part. And then once I've done the bottom, I will then move on to the main body of the battery itself and evenly heat the battery while rolling the battery around, just so the hairdryer doesn't stay in one place too long and not overheat the battery, but moving all the time. Once I've done one end, I'm gonna spin it round and then do the other end, same as before, just until I can feel all the creases have gone. It's nice and tight to the battery, it feels very, very snug. That's what I'm aiming for. I want to make sure that when I'm putting this in a mod, there's nothing that's going to catch on the contacts or the mod itself. I want to make sure it's nice and tight. I want to make it feel like it's Lycra. So then once I've done one, what I can do is, while I've still got all the tools and the bits out, get the other one, put another insulator on, stick it in place, get my wrap, and same process as before, roll it around, just get that crease out, makes it a little bit easier to do, and apply the heat once I've got it in the center of the tube, and heat from the top, then the bottom, same as before. I'll speed this bit up just so I don't bore you to death with a hairdryer again. And then once you've got your batteries nice and evenly heated and shrink wrapped, you should have some nice safe batteries ready to use again. And this will just increase the lifespan of the battery as well, and that's what you're aiming for. You might as well get the full use of them, and if the batteries just won't charge, then dispose of them responsibly. So there you go, some nice freshly wrapped batteries. I'll see you back up top. All nicely cleaned up, nice wraps, very fresh, no tears, no scuffs. And get my box out, she says, and let's just put this in there. My favourite box, and my favourite juice, which is Just Jam Raspberry Donut. So we're just going to juice this up. Here we go. This is the payoff, the money shot. It's what it's all about. I do like a nice series vape, and if you're going to vape in series, if you are going to vape mechs, and even if you're going to use regulated devices, so any batteries should be maintained, should be looked after, should be cared for, you have to vape responsibly. Look at that, very nice. So let's have a quick toot. And on top I have got the Ocular from Vape. Very good. Very good. And those battery wraps inside, I know I'm nice and safe. Sweet. I've been Graham, this has been Vape Underground. Together, we've just rewrapped some batteries. We've just practiced a bit of battery safety. If you enjoyed the video, click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and leave a comment or two. Tell me what you think about the video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Remember, vape responsibly.